supplies of arms and ammunition are arriving at the capital. As the new supplies are received, the warlike tribes exchange their age-old weapons for modern equipment. A body of the Gala troops has been fitted out with portable machine guns, and European officers are training them in their use. All over the country, thousands of eyes are watching the rain clouds drifting slowly away. Already in many places the rain has stopped. Roads which for months past have been deep in mud are slowly drying. In Abyssinia they know what that means. Accompanied by hundreds of armed retainers to receive instructions about mobilization. All the Italians have left the capital, but many other Europeans are staying on, still hoping that a peaceful solution at Geneva will avoid war. But Abyssinia believes in being ready. After 9 months' service in Abyssinia, Colonel Julian is passing through London on his way to the United States.
I have just returned from Ethiopia, where I was chief instructor in the Emperor's army. Because of my knowledge of the condition there, I appeal to the world to assist in the settlement of this conflict between Italy and Ethiopia without causing a war between the great nations of the world.
The Empress. She recently appealed to the women of the world for their intervention to prevent war. Yet, should war be unavoidable, she has announced her intention of leading the Abyssinian women in the battlefield. With her, on the left of this picture, is her daughter, the Princess Tsahai. Things look pretty serious now, so the Italian population is leaving for the coast and safety. In the train, which runs only twice a week, they start on the 400-mile journey to Djibouti in French Somaliland, whence they will probably make their way into Italian territory. Troops assemble from all over the country. Every village contributes its share of warriors. War drums roll, calling to battle the hordes who will be led by their tribal chieftains. Fearless warriors who make up for lack of modern equipment with fanatical courage and cunning. These are the types of men who will lead the battle. Led by their war drummers, the Imperial Guards, the best trained of the Emperor's troops, ride by. October the 4th, 1935 will go down to history as the date when the demon of war once again raised his head in the world. For months past, Mussolini has been sending the flower of Italy's manhood to Africa. Even his own sons are serving in the Italian Air Force, the wings of the Roman eagle ready to kill and to destroy. But although they are faced by a modern army equipped with all the modern engines of destruction, the warriors of Abyssinia are not afraid. Faced with invasion in the past, they fought for their country and their emperor. Now again they rally to his call. 10 million dark-skinned tribesmen, untrained in modern military tactics, armed for the most part only with spears, but in a frenzy of determination to fight to the death for the freedom of their land. And who can tell? With these men knowing every inch of their barren mountainous country, with rocky cover from rifle fire and bombs, aiming always at surprising the enemy and cutting them to pieces, they may well hold their own against a modern army. After all, at close quarters a spear can be as deadly as a rifle. So the Ethiopians go to meet the invader, wave upon wave of fanatical fighters. The whole world is talking about Ethiopia. But few people realize how little political events are affecting the daily lives of the peasants in the remote interior. In this desolate mountain land, news travels slowly, and far from civilization, the peasants are still living their quiet, uneventful lives, as they have done for hundreds of years. The staple food of the Ethiopians is a kind of pancake called ingera, baked in a flat pan over a wood fire. All the Ethiopian native garments are made of cotton cloth, which the women spin and weave in the most primitive way imaginable.
Many of the Ethiopians live in tukuls, wooden huts with thatched roofs and with walls covered with lime bound with long grass. There's plenty of clay in the riverbeds during the rainy season, and the men use it for moulding pots. In the less mountainous regions, the Ethiopian natives keep herds of cattle, which they kill for meat, or trade with the merchants in the nearest town. Ethiopia at home is a land of peasants earning a meager livelihood from the fruits of a barren soil.
In his latest pictures, Pathé's cameraman is out to show you some of the country away from the capital. It's a parched, grey land. Rocks and shriveled trees are shrunk and discoloured by the heat. Meanwhile, in Addis Ababa, there are no newspapers, so the crowds gather round the orators to hear the latest news from Europe. And while some listen, others prepare. Recruits are pouring into the capital and going through their hurried training before being sent away to the outposts among the hills. Abyssinia's supplies of arms and ammunition are small, but men are plentiful. Vaccinated against fever, they are ready. And Pathé brings you not only the pictures, but the sounds as well. As a change from the continual scenes of war and preparations for war in Abyssinia, Pathé presents these peaceful pictures of the orphanage just outside Addis Ababa, which is run by French Sisters of Mercy. Nowadays, in addition to the orphans, they have to find room for a number of children who have no one to look after them, since their mothers and fathers went to the war zone. Here they are given food and shelter and taught French as well as their own language. And when it's time for play, they go out into the sunshine, quite oblivious of the distant rumblings of the guns.